doing here?
Live from Montrose, it's Saturday night.
And we'll go over our hostess again for today is Audrey Ferguson, and she's the executive producer of ADF Productions, and is currently on the board for the Glendale Humane Society, which is a no-kill shelter. She's the past secretary of the La Cañada Chamber of Commerce and has served on their board of directors. She was named the first Ambassador of the Year in 2004 and has served on the board of directors for the Montrose Verdugo City Chamber of Commerce. Audrey lives in Montrose with her two dogs, Benton and Morgan. Let's give Audrey a big round of applause.
Well, welcome, Eddie Lund, to the 34th Annual Memorial Day Fiesta Days Parade. And we want to thank you for sponsoring it and those wonderful fireworks we had last night. And, of course, I know that the Duck had other commitments tonight. Otherwise, the Duck would have been here, right?
The Duck is actually with the Olympic swim team tonight.
Okay, well, you know.
Quacky is in high demand.
Quacky's in high demand, all right. And it's a rubber duck race that provides the collaboration of 60 nonprofit agencies and schools in sharing a fundraising event. And Robin, you're part of that fundraising event.
Yeah, with Crescenta Valley High School Prom Plus Committee.
So now each duck is adopted, right? And do you get to pick pink or orange lips? Or
It's a pretty random adoption.
Then these are the fourth year that the ducks are doing this splash. So they're geared up.
They're well trained.
They're well trained. They know exactly what they've got to do, right? They're ready for it.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's no laps and no curves. They just go straight.
Go straight, so they don't have to like mingle or anything. No mingling.
Well, they can mingle,
no?
but you know it's a race, so you don't want to
race.
get caught up talking to somebody.
Now, has it ever happened where the duck kind of gets turned around and kind of goes back?
You know, we're really not concerned with whether it goes down front ways or sideways. Just get to the end.
Just get to the end.
Yeah.
So now, what's it take to be a duck buddy?
It's a nonprofit.
Hi, I'm Audrey Ferguson with Into Pets, and in studio we've got almost like a little bit of a zoo going on in here today. We've got a little bit of everything. We've got a bearded dragon, we've got a bird, and we've got a chihuahua. So, and of course we have Benton. So we have two dogs, and we've got Megan Baker from One Stop Pet Shop. And I wanted her to come in and talk about all the different, this is just a sampling, of course, of what they have, but all the different pets that they have, and of course, not only just the pets, but the care of them, because I think that it's really important that if you do get a lizard or a bird or any type of an animal, that you also have the proper care and feeding of them and know exactly what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
So, Megan, welcome.
Thank you.
Put Skittles down. Okay. Come here, big guy. Oh, my goodness, he's sticky.
He is sticky, and he won't bite.
Hello, I'm Audrey Ferguson, your host today for Career Insider. And in studio with me is George Gurney. Welcome, George.
Good to be here again, as always.
And Christine Cookson. Hello. And now I think I'd like to go on to cover letters with legs. I mean, that's, that's kind of like a hot topic. And I know that we were talking about before the show started, that, your cover letter is really, I think, pretty important nowadays.
Right.
And how do you feel about that? And, what is something that you would suggest to people?
Sometimes the cover letters are way too long, and they cover a lot of things that are already on the resume.
And so the thing is that you want your cover letter then to be in other words, you want your cover letter to go for whatever position that you're applying for, and to really just kind of highlight those few things and not, list everything like you have in your resume. Right. Is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it. A cover letter is a call to action.
Okay, we have a call. Hello, caller.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
What's your question for us?
This is a fascinating topic, and I'm glad you have it. My question is, if anybody had done some studies, I'm sure there's probably stuff on the internet.
That's a good question, George. Why don't you answer that one? Hi, Audrey Ferguson with Focus on the Foothills, and I've got some great people in the studio, and we were just having a good time laughing and cutting up before we started the show. But they do Relay for Life, and they've been doing it for 6 years now in the Foothill area. And I wanted to try and get them on last year, and I wasn't able to, but this year we got them on, and we're going to get everybody familiar with Relay for Life. That's a tongue twister to say that. And purple is the color, and you see a couple of the ladies, Stephanie and Wade, are in purple. And Chris, what happened to your purple shirt?
knock on wood, I'm not a survivor, so
Okay.
survivors are get to wear purple.
The survivors get to wear purple, and I didn't know that, Stephanie, you were a survivor.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
is kind of very, very interesting. And Wade, you are a survivor also, of course, because you got your purple on.
And a patient. I'm
And
fighting
a
it now.
patient. Okay. What is the event? I mean, you start at what, like 3 in the morning or something, or?
This year we're going to start at 7 a.m. and go until 7 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
And again, the beginning of it is really about celebrating that we're all together as a community, as a group.
Hi, Audrey Ferguson with Into Pets, and we just saw a great tape with Pet Orphans of Southern California. Darlene, why don't you kind of recap a little bit about what we just saw and what our studio audience should be aware of from the tape.
Education is so important. The 3 dogs that were turned in, one, they said they couldn't afford it. And a lot of kids say, well, but they just didn't have the money.
I agree. And, I think that's the thing that you have to realize is that, it might not be a dog or a cat, but there's fish, there's hamsters.
And there are rescue groups for all different kinds of animals.
Everything.
Rabbits, everything. There are tons of, so you don't necessarily even have to go buy one because there are so many here waiting for good homes.
Yes, and there are. That's the big thing, is that there are so many dogs, cats, bunny rabbits, guinea pigs, chickens, you name it, that are available for adoption. And, so you don't have to go to a breeder. You don't have to go to a pet store. You can go to Pet Orphans of Southern California.